the other room of the house. So what are we talking about? Of course, this is the gold standard per se when it comes to tablets. It's really the tablet that all others are measured by. One of their latest operating systems. It has a lot of the upgrades to include being the pencil friendly. The pencil is available for a separate purchase, but let me just show you what we have here because it's on a $66.67 flex pay, which makes it wildly affordable. You choose your chassis, meaning with that 32 gig, you choose whether you'd like the gold, which incidentally, Apple calls their gold is a rose gold. So just, you know, don't fret when you get that at home, but that is, because it's the genuine article. It's not a refurbished, it's not an also ran, it's not, you know, this is the real deal. Then of course we have the classic silver, or the space gray. Now the space gray, just a quick note, is the only one that has the black bezel, and that's the one that I upgraded to recently on the Pro, just because I stream a lot of movies, so that mimics the masking that you see in a movie theater, give or take. Then we're including not one but two cases, and how cool is this? You get a soft-sided kind of this neoprene kind of scuba material, and then I have never been able to even talk about the wood as a choice. Now, check this out. This is both a keyboard and a case. A keyboard and a case. Which, how wild is that? The wood grain, I think there are like roughly a baker's dozen or something of that remaining. Okay, only in the silver and in the gold choice. So it has like that wood grain look on both the front and the back. How wild is that? Then we have your choice in the purple. The gold, again, just a little programming adjustment, is a traditional brushed gold, but it still looks great with Apple's rose gold. They call it gold in the system. Royal blue, silver, or black. Then, of course, you get the cleaning cloth, you get the headphones, you get the charging accessories, you get the stylus, and, my friends, you get count them, 2 years of private technical support. Couple of things off the gate, and then I promise I'm gonna turn Billy loose. Bill came in just for me on this Saturday afternoon. This is not a refurbished, this is not an also ran, this is not a reissue. So that's number one. You get the Apple box, it's better than the Tiffany box, girls. You know you're in for a treat when you see that. But unlike the Apple Store, and we love Apple, period, not a $14 return policy.
14-day, yep.
30-day return policy, what we have here at HSN. We do not charge a restocking fee. So for whatever reason, if you decide it doesn't float your boat, it's not what you want, send it back, you know, we'll refund, you know, less shipping, handling, and tax. And then, look at that. You always find the most flattering photo of me, Bill.
And I keep them forever.
You do, he does indeed. And then we are also doing flex pay. So $66.67 means that we are making dreams come true. I would love it if you could see the quantity left just real briefly, because we have sold thousands of these. We have fewer than 2,000. This price is only good as long as supplies last. 083097. And when I say we are making dreams come true, back to school happens here in Florida for the kids in about 2 weeks. My niece and nephew start in about a month. Bottom line is, when I say this is the tablet that all others are really measured by, and you know, we sell a lot of great tablets here. You know, I operate in Android, I use PCs, I use Mac, but I will say, as a general rule, if you have somebody going to college, if you have somebody going back to school, junior school, middle school, if you want something that is kind of universally the universal derivative of the easiest to use, then you're probably gonna go with an iPad. And boy, oh boy, if you were to do it, you were to do it today with the final quantities. Bill, do you even have one more, is there just one more scheduled?
Yeah.
He's like, it's iffy.
Today's been a fun day. It's been iffy.
You might be out in the town, my friend.
With you.
Exactly. Yeah. And all you have to do is call that toll-free number. You could use our app, you could shop by remote. All right, you're up.
Okay.
Oh, so this is Bill Duggan, by the way.
Afternoon. So realize you are getting an Apple product here at HSN. You can walk into the Apple store with this. They will help you out. But even them, they get busy. They aren't open 24/7. We're giving you 2 years of total tech support. So remember that. And what's cool about this is we all get questions. I even get questions sometimes, and it's just more convenient to go to them for 2 full years. We don't always include that in terms of our bundles.
Do you know what? I'm trying to remember, even on today's special, I haven't done a 2-year with you.
That's just it. Sometimes we don't have it at all. Maybe it's a year, but for 2 years, it's awesome. You also are getting Pandora and Office Suite Pro, which is great for the PC user, because this is now also very PC friendly. And realize that the features of the hardware, let's just talk about the hardware. What does that mean? You're getting a feature-rich tablet. Front-facing cameras, high definition. The rear-facing cameras, high definition, still and video technology. The screen itself is a Retina screen, so it has 1 million more pixels than a high-definition television. Everyone's personal favorite is that upgrade to finger touch ID, so you don't have to remember those usernames and passwords. And
wild.
yes, this one is compatible with the Apple Pencil.
It is. That is a separate item number, and I should let you know, we only have a couple dozen of the Apple Pencil as well. Two big things I need for you to realize, though, because we do not often have iPad on the air. We just don't. And listen, I realize iPad is available everywhere, but when you go to the Apple Store, we love the Apple Store. You could walk into your Apple Store. I mean, they're not going to say, hey, did you buy it from HSN? It's the real deal, not a reissue, not a factory refurbished, you know, not an also ran. But the big thing here is to get that 30-day return policy, to get that flex pay. Oh, there is the item number for the Pencil. Remember, it is Pencil compatible. We have a couple dozen of the Pencil available. But many of you know the story. I've told it repeatedly, and I know Colleen has harangued Bill as well. But when I bought my first iPad from us, I didn't get all the shebang.
We couldn't offer it. Yeah.
We couldn't. And I got, at that time, a 16 gig was about as good as you could get. And it actually has the same bezel, it's heavier. I guess my whole point is, girls, hopefully we're getting better with time, and you know, it's hard to improve on perfection, but this is it. So I actually had to, it's in the makeup room. I still bring my little old girl to work because I hate leaving her at home. I don't want her,
she still works.
I don't want her to get separation anxiety.
That's very
But it's a
kind of
little, you know, flopsy mopsy case that I spent, no kidding, close to a flex pay on. It's not a keyboard case.
No.
It's just like a little flopsy mopsy, you know, cover it case. You are getting not one, but 2 cases. You're getting 2 years of technical support. You're getting the stylus. You're getting, in our own opinion, really the easiest to use media device on the planet.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
Think of all the things that you can do with it, Bill Duggan.
Yes, I'm turning down the volume to not to distract you. But the thing is, I didn't even do this. Apple did all this because it finds your documents. It helps organize yourself, and it performs. And you're talking about your good old girl, right?
Yeah.
I just want to show everyone. This is that original tablet. This is a 2nd generation iPad. It's 8 years old, 16 gigabytes of memory. It's a little heavier, but you know what? It still works. And a lot of people are like, well, why are you upgrading? Because, you know, it doesn't have the best screen anymore compared to what you can get. It doesn't have finger touch ID. It's not compatible with the Pencil. But so maybe I'm giving this one to the kids for their projects or for their screen time, and I'm upgrading because I did notice over the last 8 years, which is when you think about buying something and getting 8 years of daily use, it's really worth the investment. Because when I first bought that tablet 8 years ago, I was using it for, you know, shopping and for social media. I wasn't using it for work and for making movies and videos. Now I can. So you see, it weighs 1 pound. It's razor thin.
Sleek.
It's a legitimate Apple product, which we all get very excited about. And I get Apple is an investment, but when you do have it for years and it performs like it's supposed to and it's easier, I find myself going to my tablet because it's a bigger screen than my phone.
Oh, for sure.
I find going to my tablet because my computer's in the office or it's a little slower these days. And actually, that's something really important. One reason why my tablet has lasted 8 years is because of the Apple app experience.
Now, is that also part, you know, because people will say with Apples or iPads, oh, you don't worry about viruses. Is that part of the reason?
Pretty much, because, you know, in the PC world, you open up an app or download a program or a web page even, and you get the viruses, the malware, and the cookies. The Apple network is more secure. It's a tighter, it's just tighter. And what's good about that is over the years, it doesn't get bogged down with all the background stuff.
It's true.
So it still performs well. More importantly, all these apps need to be designed to the Apple standard, highest in the industry, which means they're secure, like I was talking about. They have to be very intuitive.
They do.
So for beginner users, you know how to turn it on and off and get in and out and exit and all that type of stuff. Because let's be real, there's some confusing stuff out there in technology. And that's really where Apple has succeeded. Because yes, there are other tablets out there. But if you buy a tablet, you can't figure out how to operate it or navigate it or enjoy it or use it, it's not worth it. But when you invest in Apple, and actually that's a cool story real quick. My aunt, she bought a tablet. She was a little late to the tablet game. She's like, am I gonna use it that much? I have a computer, I have a phone. And then she bought one, she's in bed and she's shopping and doing all the thing. Lasted her about a year. Then she got another one. And that's really when we can say Apple's, you know, keeps on ticking,
does.
that's where it's worth the investment. Do it once and enjoy it for
It
years.
is. So listen, I know we've been so busy. I will actually have your second to the last, one of your last looks at our today's special that I know a lot of you are still calling on. I'm double Fitbitting because this is my original girl and I'm almost at 10,000 steps.
Already?
I'm almost at 5,000 steps on this one. So it's like, I'm double dipping. But that being said, we will have one of your final airings coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. But there's no double dipping on this. We do not put iPads on sale. First of all, we rarely have them on the air here at HSN. They're hard for us to acquire. When we do, we try to set ourselves apart from the industry. Apple, I think we could arguably say, regardless of what you use, they are the standard by which I think we could probably all agree most tablets measure themselves by. Part of that reason is that user interface, how easy it is. I won't say my mom's age. Oh, she's at a baseball game. Hunter's playing championship baseball game, so she wouldn't hear. So I'll find out if he won and I'll post it. So fingers crossed. Think a good word for Hunter. But my mom uses an iPad. Now, my mom, and I can say this, and I'm not being disrespectful, plus she's not watching, can't use the remote on her TV. I say that with every degree of respect, but if my mom, she is like emojiing her heart out, she's posting on Facebook. If I would have bet my life I would have never seen my mom on social media because it's an iPad and it's so user friendly. And so I hope that you can join us. I didn't finish my story and I apologize. The reason I got my first iPad, because I was using other operating systems, I got it to prove Bill wrong. He knows this is the truth.
She's like, really?
I'm like, I'm just gonna try it. Because I knew I had that 30-day return policy. Again, I didn't get all the stuff you're getting. I sure didn't get that 2-year technical support. But when I did mine, it was a 16 gig. It obviously didn't have all the upgrades. It was not pencil compatible. Well, the pencil didn't exist. That usually is only available on the Pro, I should point out. It did not have the fingerprint scanning, so I have locked myself out of my poor little lady, and I've had to drive home to get my old girl notebook where I write down all my passcodes.
Probably not just the tablet, but the different applications.
I know, but I know this sounds crazy when you look at this price. It was almost $1,000.
Yeah.
It was almost $1,000. And I remember because my FlexPay grazed like that 200 mark. I know it sounds bananas, but you know, I've had her 8 years. That's what iPads were selling for. So the fact that we're taking $100 off your purchase today, $100 off your purchase today. And Rob, I'm sorry, this was such a late breaking adjustment to the show. Is there any VIP financing? Okay, you know what? We're gonna double check. I mean, if there isn't, I could almost see why. Because again, we don't have iPads that often, especially one of the latest operating systems. We definitely don't take $100 off, and then to get it at home for $66.67. So you can do what I did when I bought mine 8-9 years ago. Try to prove Bill wrong. You can, I mean, really, and I mean that as a legitimate challenge. $66.67 in your credit card. We'll pick up the tab for the shipping. If it is for somebody for back to school, if it's just to see for moms and, you know, silver surfers, you really want to see if you can do this. I know my mom's, she tapes these shows, she's gonna say, Shannon's always talking smack, but my mom wouldn't say smack, but she knows like all the emojis. But no kidding, the fact that my mom, in her 70s, she's using an iPad. Well, it's a big deal, Bill.
You bring up a good point. So actually, we got my mom a tablet as well. And the thing is, we gave it to her. We kind of saved some money because we didn't know how much she would use it. And then she never used it because she couldn't figure out to turn it on. She couldn't figure out the operating system. But then actually, I handed down an older iPad that I had.
Because that's one thing too. We might retire our cars, our husbands, you know, and go down the list. We don't retire our iPads.
Well, they still work.
We don't.
And the thing is, maybe they're not as efficient as they used to be, or maybe, you know, they don't have all the bells and whistles like Finger Touch ID or Apple Pencil compatible. But, you know, someone in the family will use it to game, to social media, because they last. And I just wanted to show you what I was doing real quick. So I'm over here, and I'm, you know, watching a flyover video of San Francisco. It's my favorite, it's my hometown. But the thing is, I want to be able to multitask. Normally, you have to close this down, open up a different document. I'm able to actually multitask now because you're getting the latest hardware and the latest operating system, so I can come right down here and I can take notes at the exact same time. And you notice my keyboard, see, I could root on the Giants, but more importantly, I'm gonna take note right over here. Okay, I'm gonna erase that because that was a mistake.
Now remember, there are only a couple dozen of that pencil. So if you want the pencil, only a couple dozen available.
So I'm taking notes at the exact same time. Watching a video, maybe looking at my emails. Do you know the code to go split the screen?
No, what?
There is no code. It's just so intuitive.
True.
I want to move that line.
It sounds like a trick question.
Well, that's just it. Apple doesn't want to trick you. Apple wants you to use it. And that's really where it's like, thank you, Apple. You're making it easier on us. Because, you know, you and I have sold other stuff that has a lot of buttons.
Oh, yes.
And like, what does half of them do?
Yes.
You have one home button, which I love to illustrate this. I mean, whether you get a security system or you're using it for your banking or, I mean, each one different username and password, right? So I need to log in.
But it's your finger.
And that's really, a lot of people, parents have totally, like, I need to log into my Arlo. Boom, just like that.
Okay, that alone is worth it. I'll just tell you that right now.
For sure, and that's just it. That's why I find myself running to my tablet, because if I did need to do banking, it's let the PC warm up, log into each one of those, which one's capitalized.
Grab the little logbook.
Yep.
Okay, because you have to keep changing
It's so
them.
much more efficient and
It
fluid.
is.
And talk about efficiency. So I grabbed this great little photo of all four of us right over here, right before we went live, which is fun. There we go. And the thing is, it gives you user options. It helps you get organized. You saw that file I had a little second ago of all those photos of Shannon over the years. Because look at this. Whether it's all the hosts right over here, I don't have time to be that organized.
No.
But Apple, my investment in Apple, made me organized.
But you know what? It makes you an instant expert. I know my mom is so proud, and I love you, Mom, but trust me, she has problems working the remote control, but she is Facebooking her heart out. She shares links. I'm like, Pat? I mean, so you can do this, but moreover, you can afford this. When I said that we are making dreams come true tonight, we absolutely are. Can you go to your Apple store? Can you go to the big box? Of course. You know, iPad is really widely recognized as the tablet that everybody wants. But we are doing $100 off your purchase. We're doing one of the latest operating systems with the upgrades that until recently were only available to Pro users, in which case the Pro tablets start closer, you know, around that $1,000 mark and sometimes over that. You just choose your chassis color. So all of them have a white bezel with the exception of the space gray.
Correct.
Now the space gray, when I say bezel, I'm talking about that little overlay.
Right, so that's the white versus the black.
So on the gold, which Apple calls it gold, but it is a rose gold, there's a white bezel. On the traditional silver, there is a white bezel, and then okay, silver is the most limited, and there's your space gray, and that's the one with that black bezel. Then, unlike when I got mine, Bill's so tired of hearing this story.
But it's true.
But
Speak
it's true.
truth.
But you know, I heard Colleen tell the story too, so I felt better because you know, misery loves company, right? I thought, okay, see, it wasn't just me. But we did not get cases. I mean,
And not this case. It's the first time we've offered it.
The first time. So I like the option of having both the neoprene, kind of that scuba material, and then the hard case. But what's so great about this hard case, we have fewer than a baker's dozen remaining on that wood, and you want to talk about unique. This has a guy's gift written all over it. If you want something stately, executive, just uber cool. Oh, actually now available in the silver only. In the silver only. Oh, that looks sharp, doesn't it? And I should also point out on that wood grain, the facade on the keyboard, because remember, it's both a case and a keyboard, is also wood grain. Then, of course, we have the purple, we have the gold. Just be aware on the gold, it's a traditional brushed gold, blue, silver, and then the black. All the accessories, charging cables, of course, stylus, headsets, cleaning cloth, and then another big shebango that we just ran out of room in our graphics package. 2 years of technical support, $66.67 in your credit card, 30-day return policy. The Apple Store is not doing that. It's 14 days. I believe they also charge a restocking fee. And what's interesting about the Apple Store, you say, okay, well, yeah, but they got their big brains, they got their Genius Bar. If you've ever tried to go into one of those things, a true story, the fact that I'm here on the air at 4 o'clock is truly a truth and testament that God is great, because normally I'm getting up about this time. So I guess my whole point is, if I'm having technical issues, which seems to be 24 hours a day with me, the Genius Bar is not open. And generally what they do, and we love them, they're fun, they know their stuff, I mean, they'll help you out, but generally speaking, you have to set up an appointment. And honey, if I'm up and mobile when the rest of the world is, that's like a national holiday. So the fact that you get the 2 years worth of technical support to help you do your banking, to do your shopping, but if you even want to say to transfer my stuff, now here's what's interesting about that. Apple, in my own opinion, for what it's worth, first of all, they play well with others now. And in my own opinion, I believe they are the easiest to transfer or share information from device to device, even if it's just pairing with a Bluetooth device or a mobile network, but with other devices. That's my own personal opinion.
So I have a quick video I'd love to show everyone. This is how you actually move your information in. Pretty much it gets on the same Wi-Fi network and same range. It's like, wait, all that information from that iPad, you want on this one? Does it for you.
It does.
It moves for you. I mean, that's great. But also you're talking about sharing stuff. I mean, how often have we been at the family party and it's like, oh, I'd love to show you all these photos that we took at the wedding or at the birthday party. How do I share it? Or there's too many of them to fit in an email or text message. So Apple just makes it intuitive. So if I want to drop it to Facebook, follow the icons, everyone. I mean, send it to the printer, send it to the trash can. Or there's this thing called AirDrop. So this is proprietary to Apple. So without even having to ask Shannon or anyone, what's your email? What's your username? She already has it. It's right there in front of her when she needs it, and it's convenient. Another great thing that I love that Apple has done is they put Hey Siri in here. So I could be in the kitchen like you were talking about, and you know your hands are in the sauce or in the sink, and you just be like, you just ask your tablet. You can be like, Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. So, you know, we sell those pucks of artificial intelligence.
I know we do.
This is that and more. I like it also. Hey Siri, FaceTime Marlo. I have to update the name in there. That's gonna bring your tablet right over there. But the thing is, it's gonna ring your host, your family member, whomever. Look how quickly it was able to pick up.
Hey, who's calling me? Were you trying to reach Marlo?
Yeah, why are you answering Marlo's FaceTime?
You had the wrong Smith, buddy.
Oh, whoops, my bad. But I'm able to take a photo right over here. Can you, when you try to FaceTime or talk to someone on Skype, does it pick up that fast, that fluid and easy? And you notice,
very cool.
I didn't even touch the tablet to place that call.
I know.
You can do that with this.
So speaking of, I know I mentioned my nephew Hunter is playing in the state championship in Minnesota in baseball, but
you can watch.
So how many people can you FaceTime? Because you know where I'm going with this, right? He could legitimately, I bet they could get the whole team on here.
You can now.
No, I'm serious about that. Okay, wrap your brain around that for a moment.
And no joke, now you can do it because you have the latest hardware and the latest operating system. The original ones didn't always have that. And let me just show you a quick way to find out how to do this. When you get this home, look for the little yellow light bulb icon. They update it all the time, giving you the tips and tricks on how to use your tablet, again, easily. So there's FaceTiming, there's where you can take the picture, but look at this, you can FaceTime, a group FaceTime of 32 individuals. So yes, that is the team and all the grandparents.
No, it is. I mean, that's the family, that's the moms and dads and, you know, you name it.
And there are those events where we all want to be together, whether it's, you know, you said the host meeting could be done like that?
Actually, it could.
Right? And the thing is, there's technology out there and a purpose. Because the technology is accessible and you can't be there for the birthday dinner or to see the engagement, but you can watch or you can be connected so you don't miss out.
So a couple of things. This is only as long as supplies last. Well, when we started this presentation, we had almost 2,000. We're far less than that right now. It's a while supplies last opportunity only. One of Apple's latest operating systems. You don't, even though Bill does an amazing job, you don't need us to quote unquote sell you on the virtues of iPad. When I said we make dreams come true today, we absolutely do. We are taking $100 off your purchase, and regardless of what your needs are, if you're an empty nester, if you're a silver surfer, if you love to shop like I do, if you're just trying to get your kids off to school and you really want them to hit the ground running, you have every opportunity to do this today, not only because we're doing $100 off your purchase. That's not a mail-in rebate or some coupon or voucher or, you know, any of those, you know, kind of things. It's right now, and Flex Pay of $66.67. I actually use my debit card on Flex Pay, so you can use debit card, you can use PayPal, you can use really any major credit card. There is a 30-day return policy, not a 14-day return policy, with no restocking fee, as you would find in the Apple Store. All you do is you pick your color of choice. We have the gold, which is rose gold from Apple, the silver final 300. So if Bill does have a full airing later on tonight, a lot of people shop after the fact. You're always always welcome to shop 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. You can shop with the app, remote, I mean, you name it, your cell phone. Silver, in all likelihood, if it's available for that last airing, will be a handful. And then the space gray, that's the one with the black bezel. Then you pick, we get 2 cases, one of which is a nice soft black neoprene scuba material, or you get the hard keyboard case. And I'm gonna have Bill show that to you. Oh, wood is gone. Okay, wood is gone altogether. You know what, I might just take it. Okay, thank you, Bill. Then we've got the purple. The gold, will that be the next one to go, Rob? That's kind of my guess. Or is it silver? It's probably, okay, it's actually the silver. So usually the gold and silver are pretty neck and neck, but we have gold and silver. Silver will go next, the royal blue or the black. And Bill, if you could show, it's actually like a protective case. Oh, and one other thing, I am buying that doggone little easel pillow because it was so funny. I was using, well, my old girl, I'm so used to her. You know, I get separation anxiety when I, am away from her, but it does, run a little hot because it's an older one. Right. And Lord knows with my private summer, I don't need one more thing to raise my temperature, but we'll give you that item number in just a moment. It's so cool. It actually has 2 platforms, whether you're seated or laying down, right?
Exactly. So a little more relaxed, a little more upright if you need it for those selfies, but more importantly, it holds it and it's just really comfortable. Great for traveling as well. Perfect. I mean, if you want to travel with it on a plane, it could be a pillow too.
I know. So when you travel with it, show them that hard, the keyboard case is like a really nice, hard protective case.
And I'm going to show you this real quick because remember we have many different ways on how you can use it for getting work done. So yes, I have my digital keyboard so I can type, which is great. I don't know if you noticed I was transcribing what Shannon was saying. Just by pressing that microphone, I didn't have to type a thing. I remember my summer before high school, I was in typing class. You don't need to worry about that anymore. Hallelujah, period. It kept up with me. It spelled things correctly that I normally would not be able to spell correctly. But remember, you're getting this keyboard included. So all of a sudden, now I don't have to share my screen time. I'm gonna turn on my keyboard case, and all of a sudden this digital one disappears. I have more room to get stuff done. I have more workspace, and it's more tactile. And does it also not look like a laptop? Performs like a laptop, protected, easy to just travel wherever I want to go, and I still get to show off the color that I like.
I know, and not for nothing. This screen is not that much smaller than the little MacBook Air that I have.
For real.
And that, of course, does not have a detachable screen, and it was, well over $1,000. It's still a fantastic product. But the whole idea is you get the best of both worlds with this.
You're getting that latest hardware. So you're getting a better camera, a better processor, a better screen, because no matter what we're doing, whether it's movies or work, the text is sharper, the visuals are sharper. Everyone loves that finger touch ID. They come to HSN because we do give you those extras, like the keyboard case, which is different than we've ever offered before, but also because it's the latest, it is compatible with that Apple Pencil. So if you want to upgrade, I can maybe show you a quick demonstration with that as well. But because it's Apple, you're gonna use it. Like another great example, maybe it's your student, they wanna put pictures in here. How do you do that? Do you have to close it down? No. Apple and the new operating system allows you to multitask at the exact same time.
Oh, Bill, I have to interject real quickly. Wow, these are going. So if you were interested, I would really recommend it. Do you know the blue case is now gone in all the selections? See, so do you notice a general trend here? It's been a big day for electronics. I will have one of the final airings of that Fitbit coming up at 6 o'clock tonight. But this hour, a program and adjustment was supposed to be in the kitchen. We're going to the kitchen next with my Dash blender and the Cuisinart knives that I own. But you heard me say this earlier, I use my iPad in my kitchen more than any other room of the house. I was dictating recipes to her the other night. I ask for conversions if something's in metric. If some, I mean, she does all the heavy lifting in the kitchen.
Or she plays the music for you while you're cooking. Or you're watching a movie while you're cooking with her.
It's true.
You do use it a lot, and that's where it's worth the investment in a reliable product.
Absolutely. All right, so if, well, whatever's left, I mean, I say that,
I have a few other items today, but we'll see if Apple's in there.
Are you going to be in the 9 o'clock hour then? Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Avoid the rain. I heard it.
Oh, great.
I know.
So much for a sunny Saturday.
Exactly. Thank you, Billy.
Thank you. Have fun.
Thank you. Love you. All right, so Bill will be back with whatever's left and other things coming up at 9 o'clock. But Diane Gilman is also coming back. In fact, she's got a couple of select shows.